Hi everyone, this is Heather. I'm here today with my daughter Ella.
Hello.
Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, sure.
I have some questions that I'd like to ask you. But first, let's wait for a few people to jump on and make sure they can hear and see us. We had a bit of a microphone debacle.
We lost one.
That is to say, one is missing.
So sound quality may not be the best on this video.
Yeah, but we're doing the best we can. We're in the middle of the woods, so yeah.
And I'm actually not taller than her.
No, we're sitting on
different logs.
On trees. Logs, yeah. The future of the homestead is actually what we're sitting on, potentially. I don't know if they can see.
It's a barn.
Yeah. There, can you see? This is a barn. Oh, you can't see it? You have to use your imagination. This is a barn.
It's a barn. It's definitely a barn.
It's definitely a barn. Oh, we have one viewer because we're
Nice.
awesome. Can you hear us and see us okay?
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be afraid to tell us.
We're not mean.
We're not. It's a rough time of the day. You know, this time in oh, hi Sadie. This time of the day is tough because people are busy, but it's the best we could do. We have very busy schedules.
Oh, we have 2 views.
Oh, we do. I thought what were we waving at? Bugs.
A bug.
Oh.
It was in my face.
They're everywhere. Okay. If anyone does not know, this is my daughter Ella. She's 13, almost 14.
Yeah.
In August. And I have some questions I'm going to ask you. Are you ready? Okay, tell us about your summer and what you have planned.
I have a lot going on this summer. I have cupcake orders coming up and I have to fulfill those. But then I have like tons of retreats and vacations and mission trips. So tomorrow we're leaving for Canada. We're going to stay on an island with my grandparents. She is staying home, which means she gets the house to herself.
I'm pretty excited about that. I won't lie to you.
All day.
All day. And you know what I'm going to do?
Record videos.
I'm going to work all day, every day, and it's going to be glorious. Okay, so you have a lot of things going on this summer.
Yes.
We've had some quick trips, and then you're going with the grandparents. You have 2 mission trips, well, the local one and then the other one. Yep. What are you most looking forward to? Is there anything in particular?
I love the junior high mission trip that we go on. So it's from grades 5th through 8th. So I'm in my last year of the junior high mission trip, and I've gone every year, and it is so much fun. We go to CCHO, which stands for Christian Children's Home of Ohio. So we go and we do some landscaping, and we pull a lot of weeds. There's a lot of weed pulling. We just have fun. It's a really fun time with everyone.
It's hard work too. It's like no joke. I went that one year for about 30 minutes. Remember that? No, it was a whole day. I stayed a whole day, and then I was like, oh, I'm out of here. Yeah.
As I've gone to the mission trip more, I've been enjoying that work more and just being able to.
How so?
Hang out.
Like,
it's like when I was in 5th grade, it was awful. It was the worst thing ever. Why am I pulling weeds? You know, but now it's not as much as that anymore. It's more helping. I didn't realize that we were actually doing a lot of work and helping those.
Service work. Yeah, right. Service. Yeah. Okay, so there's this common perception that homeschooled children can be a bit awkward. Or not. You know, people say to me, "Well, is she socialized?" To which my response is, "No, we lock her in the basement
and keep her in there all day, until she becomes a zombie."
But what is your reaction to that perception that homeschoolers are, you know, socially challenged?
Well, I'll have to say that I used to think that too until I actually became a homeschooler. But we are not like that. Most of us are not. There are a few, you know, their moms don't let them out of the house, but I'm not that way. I get to socialize. I have friends. I go to a class every week during the school year, and I have friends there, and then I see them at church. So I go to youth group. I have friends.
Right.
We actually tend to be more mature and more able to talk to adults easily because we hang around adults more. So we know.
That's true.
Yeah, we can talk to them easier.
Right, right. And you have a lot of experience with public speaking.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So the curriculum that I am in requires us, we used to had to do a presentation every week, and we would have to turn it in, and we would have to have a note card. It was like 2 to 5 minutes, but we'd have to speak in front of our whole class, which is hard sometimes. and we would talk about, like, some of us would do history. I did chickens a bunch of times.
That was fun.
Yeah, and then you could do like a craft or an experiment. That was in 6th and 7th grade.
Yes.
And then we had a mock trial this year, so that required a lot of speaking.
Yes.
In front of people. I was in front of a big crowd. It was
a big crowd.
It was 30 people.
Yeah.
It was more than that.
Oh, there was a lot of people
there. Was a lot of people.
Yeah. And you were the defense attorney.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
I was the only defense attorney.
You were the only defense attorney.
And the other team had 4 defense attorneys.
But that just means you had to prepare more.
Yeah, I guess.
And right? And you did very well. Okay, when you very first started the public speaking, were you nervous?
What helped me, I used to be very shy. I was not talkative. And then we did a jewelry business.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we did that jewelry business together.
That was fun.
And then I learned a lot of my presentation skills from there. That helped me get out of my shell. So you do get nervous. I mean, that's normal. But
does it get easier?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like, I have to speak in front of church sometimes, and that's nerve-wracking, but you know they all love you. Like, it's
right,
not...
right. They don't want to see you fail.
Right.
Well, you know what's interesting about the jewelry business is your ability to speak to a crowd was directly tied to your paycheck. So that made you. I paid her. Was it 10% of the sales?
10%, yeah.
So I mean, if we had $1,000 show, you made $100.
$100.
So she knew that the more we sold, the more money she'd make.
Which helped me.
Right. So
because I wanted to sell.
So that was smart to tie it directly to sales. So then you would have to figure it out.
That's when I came out of my shell.
Yeah, you did.
I used to be in a shell. I was not outgoing at all.
Yeah, but you know what? There were 2 things I was like super focused on that I did not want my kids to be. Do you know what they are?
Shy.
Well, yes.
And picky.
That's it. You knew it. I did.
We're not shy and we're not picky.
I did not want picky eaters. And I did not want shy kids because shy people starve. So I was determined to. Oh, and speaking of the picky eater. What is your favorite place to eat?
Yama.
And what is your favorite thing to eat there?
I like the tuna volcano. So it's basically a bunch of raw strips of tuna and some really yummy green sauce.
Sushi.
Yes, and
that's pretty awesome.
Spicy tuna roll, which is really good. It's tuna and crunchy fried things, which is really good. And
you can't go wrong with that.
No, the Philadelphia roll is really yummy too.
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
Delicious.
Salmon and avocado.
Hello.
It is so good.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for that. You tried it and you loved it.
I did.
Mara says she loves us. Thank you, Mara. And that everyone was very impressed with you.
Yama roll. I do like the yama roll.
That yama roll is good.
That one is like deep fried. Like they make it and then they fry it. And it has cream cheese and shrimp and I don't even know what else. It's really good.
So good. And Mara says that everyone was impressed with you at her jewelry party. And I got a lot of comments that people were like, whoa, how old is she? And she's doing that. I'm like, she's killing it. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that leads to, let's talk about your cupcake business. How did you get started? Why? What's going on?
Well, I don't know really what started me. I think you pushed me. You were like, we're having a prop swap, and you just said you should have a bake sale.
Yeah, you should make some cupcakes
all
and
right,
sell them.
I'll make some money, you know. And then that kind of took off. I've always had a love of baking. You started teaching me how to bake, and then I love it. It's kind of like a creative outlet.
Yeah, it's fun.
You get to make things.
Yeah.
Eat them.
And people love it.
People love
it.
So
you make them feel good with yummy goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I don't think we really didn't put a whole lot of thought into that. We just
we kind of just
did it.
We just did it.
But I remember earlier in the summer, like right when you had your last class, you were like, I want to get a job this year.
Yeah. I wanted to make some money. I don't want to. It's hard when you don't have a job, and I'm only 13, so
like you can't get a real job. Right. So you do some babysitting.
Yes.
And the cupcakes.
I like to babysit.
Yes.
It's fun.
It is fun, and you're good at it.
Yeah.
Little kids, especially little girls, love you.
They'll just stare at me.
Yeah. Oh, Ella. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So your cupcakes. Approximate sales so far? I think it's like, I don't know. We didn't look at our spreadsheet before we came out.
Over 600.
I want to say it's closer to 8. I think it's...
Real? I don't know. It's probably over 7. I don't think it's 8.
No, okay. Yeah. So around $700 in sales. Now, it's important to make a distinction that those are sales because you have expenses. There's a cost of goods sold that
kind of leads to your next question.
Yeah.
anything that surprised me. I think I was a little bit surprised at how much things cost to buy. I mean,
that is true.
Like the cupcake boxes alone are expensive.
That blows our mind every time we order them. We're like, those are expensive, the cupcake boxes.
When
Mandy's
you're getting more of the Ella's cupcakes, Mandy's voice say.
They're so nice. Oh, Sadie wants to know what your favorite cupcake is. Favorite cupcake to eat and make.
Well, I really like red velvet. I love red velvet.
Me too.
I love the cake and I love the cream cheese frosting.
Yum!
And then the other day it was my friend's birthday, and so I made her some of my caramel macaroon, which is like chocolate cake and like this caramel yummy frosting, caramel drizzle, chocolate drizzle, and coconut. It is amazing.
It is amazing.
I ate probably 3 of those while I was there.
Why were none left behind? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I wanted to give her 12, and her family basically devoured them. Like, when I left yesterday, there were 2 left.
Well, they have 17 kids, so, well, 4, but whatever.
Yeah.
So is that your favorite to make and eat, or do you
I like the red velvet.
Yeah. It seems like your peach Bellini orders, though, are through the roof.
They are.
Yeah.
And I think I make them so much that I, like, get sick of them. Like, they're good.
Yeah. They're delicious.
I eat the frosting every time I make it because you have to test it. I don't want to give the people bad frosting.
Right.
So.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
I ate a stale one yesterday. The one that had been left out.
Ugh.
And I'm not embarrassed of that because it was still good.
Was it
It
really?
was just stale. It was stale, but I didn't care because it tasted like peach. I love everything peach. Do you have any any fun summer cupcakes planned, like different flavors?
Well, I want to work on like a tropical lemonade flavor, so like lemon and coconut. Lemon coconut, it's something good like that.
Yeah.
So it's very summery.
Yeah.
And I also want to work on like a cookies and cream because that's a favorite.
That's popular. Yeah. I have one. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
We have zucchini starting to get ripe in our garden.
Ooh,
so
like a
I'm thinking
chocolate zucchini.
Yes, I'm thinking zucchini cupcake with chocolate buttercream frosting.
Kind of like Miss Debs.
Yes,
she makes
exactly. That's
cake.
exactly what I'm thinking. And I have her recipe. So I'm wondering if we could make that into cupcakes.
I bet we could.
Oh my goodness.
But if anybody has any summer flavors that they want,
that you want to try,
suggest it. I'll try it, you know.
Yeah, why not, right? Yeah, it is fun to experiment.
We'll do more Facebook Live.
Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, when we were lighting.
That was fun.
We were using the torch for the first time on the s'mores cupcakes, on the marshmallow, and we did a Facebook Live video. It was a little bit scary, actually. But nobody was harmed.
Strawberry lemonade.
That's a good one.
That sounds good.
Oh.
Yeah, Brittany says she loves zucchini.
Oh, look out, sugar, because we're going to be making them. They're going to be delicious. Erin says there's a local place near her that does banana Nutella.
Hanny was telling me the other day that there was one place that she went to, and she's like, Ella, you have to make these.
Done.
It's a banana cake, and you don't even have to add like a whole ton of banana. I mean, I'll add a little bit of banana, but then it's just Nutella frosting.
Like buttercream and Nutella buttercream?
Yeah. And you just add new Nutella.
Yeah.
I would think it was sort of be the same as the chocolate powder, except maybe less.
Yeah.
How you make the chocolate buttercream.
Yeah. So chocolate buttercream with Nutella.
I mean, you have to look up a recipe.
Yeah, we'll find
that would be good.
Okay, so you just sort of almost were catapulted into this business. That is, you didn't plan it. I didn't plan it per se. We were just going to sell some cupcakes, and people started. Right. Okay, so what advice would you have for people that are afraid to start something new, like a business?
Just do it.
What have you got to lose, right? Who cares?
Right. I mean, I was a little bit nervous that my cupcakes wouldn't like go, but then I would have just donated them to the church and people would eat them. So it was kind of just like, if I can make money from it,
why not?
Why not?
Why not?
If I'm good at it and I love to bake, and I always in my class, which consists of 4 people, who cares?
So what?
I used to make cupcakes for them a lot, and they always loved them.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, that's interesting. I think a lot of people are afraid to fail, but the thing is, you have to ask yourself, like, what do I love to do? And what if I could make money doing what I love to do? So you love to bake. What if people paid? What if I got good at it and people paid me to do it? I mean,
Sarah says she would love to know more about how you help your kiddos avoid being shy.
Well, what do you think? How did I help you avoid being shy?
It was...
Well, let's go back.
Business though, like that's
the jewelry stuff.
Yeah.
But let's go back even a little bit further. Do you know that rule that I always say? I tell everybody when my kids reach What
5.
age?
You're on your own.
Like that is...
I was 5 when Evan was born, and I was on my own. I mean, I had to start getting myself dressed and make my lunches, and, you know.
I mean, that's like the rule in our house was when you turn 5, you're basically on your own. Because I put in my time, I'm done. So if you, you know, and because shy people starve,
right,
then you have to get a job. I mean, you really don't have a choice. So the funny thing is, she said to me at the beginning of the summer, do you remember this? She said, I need shoes. And I said, do you have a pair of shoes? To which she replied, yes, I have 1 pair of shoes. I said, then you don't need shoes.
I want shoes.
You want shoes. So if you want more shoes.
And then I ended up getting money from the cupcakes, and I went out. She bought me 1 pair of summer shoes, and I bought 2 other pairs.
That's right. Right. And you did good finding deals and looking around.
Yeah, that's also something from earning money. I've definitely been more of a deal finder. I want things as cheap as I can get them.
Right, when it's your money. Right.
Yeah.
But if it's my money, you're like, I don't care.
Whatever.
But if, oh, right, that's great. But if it's your money, then you'll try to find a deal. Well, also, it's important to note, with the cupcake business, I make her pay for her expenses, but also I want to teach her like about taxes. So we do the 10% tithe.
10%, yep.
And
tithes
to church, and then we need to do 20% in the savings, at least, at minimum.
I've been doing some into savings. All of my PayPal goes directly into my savings account.
Right.
That's how it works.
Right. Yeah, you have to do that. You have to get into the habit of that because it will make a huge difference when you're older. So, like, every week I do 10% to the church and then I do 20% to savings. So whatever that number is.
It's hard sometimes.
It's hard.
Because I get a lot of cash, so I have to give it up.
Right, and it goes in your back pocket.
Right, it does.
So I'm wondering if I should, or you should, when people order, if we should just say
PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal. Because she has a PayPal account I created in her own URL that you can just send her money, and it's
if I want
really
a specific
cute.
thing, I could just...
Right, you could pull it,
yeah.
but then at least you're not seeing it.
Right.
I mean, it's hard even for adults.
If it's in your pocket, you're kind of like...
It's gone.
Right.
Yeah, and that's hard for adults, even though I try to have discipline, it's still challenging. Yeah.
Pam says, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Pam. That was really nice.
I saw my mom here.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice of you to say.
Well,
but you work hard. Thank you. So Jody's asking, do you have advice for kids who maybe want to start a business, or what would you tell kids? Because her daughter bakes. She does cupcakes as well, and she's inspired by you, which is so nice. How would you help encourage someone like her?
Start small. You don't want to go, but you do want to have some sort of kickoff. So like the bake sale was my kickoff.
That really helped.
Like,
yeah, that helps.
Something like that. Get it out there that you're making things or doing things.
Marketing.
Sell it to your friends. Give a few samples, and if they like it.
Yeah. Marketing is all about awareness, and we had the prop swap.
Awareness.
Yeah, raise awareness. We had the prop swap going for us because there were so many people here, and that really helped. Although we did tackle pretty audacious goals that day when we decided to make that many, but we did it and it worked out. Yeah. So who cares? Right. Okay, so you've because you're homeschooled, you're around a lot when I coach and mentor, and I know you do your schooling like in your office, but is there any?
I'm still here.
I know. Sorry. Is there anything in particular that you've picked up on that stands out for you?
There's a couple things. One of which, the biggest thing, is taking responsibility for your own actions. This was a hard one for me to learn because when I would get mad, I didn't want to take responsibility. I wanted to blame it on anybody but me. Yeah. But then every time I get mad now, it's just, little voice says, what's your role in this?
What's your role in this?
And it's hard, but then you have to think about it, and then taking responsibility, you can immediately feel in control.
That's
of the
it.
Situation.
You can take control. That's it. Because when you say, what's my role in this? And all of a sudden you can say, okay, what's my role to fix it?
How could I have done it better? What can I do to help fix it?
Yeah. That's a really good one.
It's a hard one.
It's hard. It's hard for a lot of adults.
Yeah. It's hard to do it, but you have to.
People want to deflect, and they want to blame, well, it was the market, the economy, the taxes, the government, the weather, the people, the whatever.
The weather, right.
Yeah, but you have to say, oh, what's my role?
Like leaving late for an orthodontist appointment, which we've done a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't get up early enough, or I wasn't ready, and I had to brush my teeth.
Yeah.
You you can't blame it on the
No.
pace of the drivers in front of you.
No, right. You cannot blame it on the pace of the drivers in front of you. It just means you didn't leave yourself enough margin. Right? And you need margin. Mara says, yes, accepting responsibility is so key. Ella, you're so ahead of the game. That is true. I know. I can't wait to see what she
Evan's
does.
still learning it.
Yeah, Evan hasn't quite.
Well, Evan's 8, and I'm almost 14.
And a boy.
So,
yeah.
you know.
Yes. How would you describe our relationship?
We're basically best friends. We hang around each other a lot.
True. Yeah.
So, we know each other.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Yeah, we are basically best friends.
We do a lot of stuff together,
Yeah.
which brings us closer, and that's another perk of homeschooling.
Yeah.
I'm closer with her than I would be if I was just going to
That's not always the case with 13-year-old girls.
No.
So what advice would you have to a mom of a preteen that's heading into these years? Like, how would she cultivate that relationship?
Find some common interests.
Oh.
So, like, for us,
Good.
we like to bake. And we like fashion, so we like to go shopping together.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But we look for deals.
Yeah, we do. We go to 70% off rack.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to look for common interests. So, what do you guys both like to do? And then find things to do together. Find ways to do it together.
To bond. Yeah.
And that'll bring you closer.
Yeah.
You wanna definitely do that in the younger years, like when she's 10 instead of, you know,
prior to
teenager.
Right.
Because we were always close. I was always a mommy's girl.
I love that. That's my mommy's girl.
Mommy's girl. We still snuggle.
We snuggle. Well, it all started when you were little with girls' night.
Yes.
Tell them about girls' night.
So every Friday night we have girls' night and we read in bed. And then we'll sleep together. And it's just sometimes we'll do a spa night, you know, face mask, hair. And it's bonding, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fun.
That. Even if you don't sleep together, just having a night.
It's just
for
the
yourself.
two of you. Yeah.
Right.
You know what's one of my favorite things that we do?
What?
When we go
sleep.
Yeah, I do love to sleep. That is my favorite thing. I love when we go shopping and we talk in our fake English accents.
Oh my gosh.
That is hilarious.
People look at us like we're insane.
We'll just talk. We don't have very good English accents, but we'll walk through the store and we'll say something like, "Hey, what do you think of this?
Would you like a cup of tea?
Would you like a cup of tea?" And we'll say,
"Look at this dress, it's $1 million."
I can't believe it. I don't have that many pounds.
Yeah.
And we just try to act like we're kind of crazy.
Weird.
That I didn't prep you for that. I had sent her a list of questions to prepare, but there's a couple more that I have that I didn't prep you. Yeah, are you ready for it?
Sort of.
Okay, this is a serious one.
Oh no.
Do I ever embarrass you, like, you know, because I'm so awesome, like with my awesomeness?
Well, you embarrass me, but I don't know if it's because of that.
Yeah.
You're my mom. You embarrass me.
Because I'm awesome? Like, I don't understand.
No, because, I don't know.
Just like by default because I'm your mom?
Yeah.
But I'm an awesome mom.
Moms embarrass their kids.
I don't understand.
That's how it works.
I remember one time when you were little, you told me, you said, I forget, I don't know the context, but you said something like, "Mom, stop embarrassing me. You always try to be funny." And I'm like, I'm not trying. I just am. I just am, I'm not trying. It's just who I am. So no, I don't embarrass you. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, you do. You and Dad both. Dad.
Well, I could
more
see
so.
Dad. Yeah, that's.
He'll just like.
He's very random, so there's no predicting.
Dads, they embarrass their daughters.
Yeah, that's just what he does.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Okay, what is it like living with your grandparents? Because my parents live with us on our homestead, and they have like their own little wing of the house, but we're obviously together all the time. What is that like for you?
I really like it. I love it. We're more a family now. All of us are closer.
Yeah.
When we were back at our old house, it was
in the
kind of
city.
like we met together for dinner most of the time, but we didn't really
once a week.
Well, right. So we weren't all together. And Grandma is she's old-fashioned. She wants everybody to be at the table at 6 o'clock
on the nose. Yes.
Making dinner. So
we eat together every
night. We get to
night.
hang out with them more. Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I really like it. I like spending time with them.
I think that's an important part of the family unit is having dinner together every night.
Oh, yeah.
And we rarely deviate from that. Rarely.
Unless one of us, even if one of us is away, like if I'm away at a sleepover, you guys still eat together.
Yeah, yeah,
it's not
it would be an exception. And you know what? When you weren't here last night for dinner, and every time you're not here for dinner, Grandma says she like slumps down.
Oh.
She says, "I don't like it when Ella's not here because your spot is missing."
We all bring something to the table.
Literally.
Literally.
That was a good one.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. And we try to take our family walks in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of
that's
us.
a lot of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more bonding.
Yeah.
We're closer. We go to church every day. Not every day.
Not every day.
Oof.
Oof.
Every Sunday together.
Yeah. Sometimes on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
For praise team.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is really like if we're looking over here is like our house and the chickens are over there. I really think this is how families are meant to live. You know, as
all together.
a more communal. Because everybody has a role and everyone helps in a different way. So. Grandpa runs you guys around for me a lot.
Right.
Grandma's
personal chauffeur.
Yeah, he really is. Grandma's more of a nurturer, you know, so she
makes dinner.
Yeah.
So she'll make dinner Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I have Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays because
I'm a princess.
Mom gets
because I have Thursdays
busy.
and I'm busy.
So I have to make dinner. But that's nice. We're all taking turns. We're all doing our part. We're all.
Daddy has Sunday. He cooks on
Dad
Sunday.
has Sunday. And then Grandpa does a lot of outside work, so.
Yeah, he does the outside stuff, so we just feed him. That's basically
and
it.
if he made dinner.
You know what it would be?
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Ooh, peppered cabbage every night. Yeah, no. Mara says she loves Sylvia. We could learn so much from her. Yeah, she's a
matriarch.
She's a matriarch.
The heart of the home.
She is, and she does have amazing qualities. She's incredibly, if I was one word, I would say loyal. She's very loyal, and obviously has been married 50 years, so we have that example. And
she loves to bring us all together. We're all together, and she loves us all to be together. If one of us is gone, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know, like we're together. She likes that. She likes us all to be.
She likes everyone to be together and happy.
And happy.
If there's if there's ever any discord, Mom's like,
she's distraught.
No. Everybody just know, calm down. Everybody needs to be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah, because my dad and I sometimes have we have opposing viewpoints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I have opposing viewpoints to you.
That's true. And we're all entitled to our opinion except when it's wrong.
Mom.
And sometimes he's not always right.
Sometimes you're not always right.
It's rare. Okay.
Okay, next question.
Jody says that her daughter, Sadie, says, I like the advice you guys gave. Thank you. That was very nice. Thank you, Sadie.
Questions. We can take questions now.
Yeah, I asked you.
Fire.
Yeah, open fire. I asked Ella all of my questions, so if you have any for her, anything you're curious about or would like to know, she would be happy to answer them because she is not some awkward homeschooled kid.
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
That is a very common misconception.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a few, but at least, I mean, we're more outgoing too. We have time for our own things. We can do what we want. So
you explore your own interests. Yeah.
And that helps you find me more.
Yeah.
When did you start? I assume you mean cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Well, she knows about cupcakes. Jody does because she's a photographer friend of mine. We started that this year. Homeschool. We moved here in 2013. You were entering 6th grade, and that's when we started. So she was in public school from kindergarten through 5th, and then 6th through 8th has been at home, and she's entering high school, which is crazy. And just today I turned in your educational objectives to the school district and your notarized forms and everything, so we're all legit and legal.
Yes, I am.
Yes, she is. She is available. Of course. Erin says, do you like when your mom photographs you? That's a good question.
Well, I've grown up with her photographing me. She started a little bit before I was born. Or after. It was a little bit after.
It was around right when you actually.
It was right when I was
I
born,
shot my first wedding when you were basically a newborn. So.
I've grown up around it. I've always gotten pictures taken of me, so I'm a natural.
And she does modeling for our mentoring sessions. Yeah.
Yes.
So I usually slip her a little money, and she'll model for us. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. Okay, Sarah says, what do you aspire to be when you grow up? you're already grown up, so maybe that's not the right choice of words.
I haven't figured that out yet, and I will at some point. I know I want to get a business degree. I would do well in college. Like, I just want to, that's a good thing to have.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah, we'll see, right?
We'll find out.
Yeah, wherever.
I'm still getting into my interests more.
Wherever you're led, right? Jody clarified. She said the cupcakes.
That was in May.
That was in May.
So, when I knew about the prop swap, I started baking. I was baking for weeks. I was just freezing. I was mass baking, freezing, just shoving it all away. And I actually got sick that
weekend.
Week.
Yeah. Yep.
So Mom had to do.
I had to help a little bit. Yeah.
But that was really my start. Was May 15th. That was the prop swap.
Oh, that was. You have a good memory. I knew it was May,
well,
but I don't
that
remember.
was my cupcake business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baking. I started baking a while ago.
Oh, well, as soon as you could reach the oven, I had you baking.
Yeah.
Right, because I love to bake.
I started baking more when we moved here, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you were a little bit older.
Yeah, well, I did bake at the old house. I remember making fruit dip.
Fruit dip, yeah.
I remember the one time I got my arm caught in the mixer.
This was hilarious. She was not injured. Tell them the story. It was really funny.
It was hysterical, but not at the same time. So I had put it's just a little handheld mixer, and you put the beaters in, and I plugged it in, but I don't even know
how
that happened. Was my arm there? I feel like my arm was there or something, and I plugged it in. It got caught because it was like already on like low or medium, and I was like waving my arm around saying, help!
You were screaming, help! I'm stuck! Help! And she's waving her arm, and the mixer is going on her arm.
I was probably like 9 or 10. I didn't know what I was doing.
She wasn't hurt. I would not laugh at my child that was hurt. But that was hilarious.
It was so funny. And afterwards, I'm like, how did that even happen?
How do you get your... So, I have taught her, put the beaters in prior to plugging it in. Yes. Make sure that it's off. And, plug it in with caution. I mean, just be aware.
Sure
yeah. I mean, because what if it would have, like, caught your hair or something?
That would have hurt. All this hair. That would
that would have hurt. Sadie says she wants to be a baker too. Yeah, you should be. Oh,
start baking.
It's a great skill to have.
I started with box mixes, so.
And a friend of hers, we were talking not too long ago about how some girls your age, your friends, don't know how to bake. I'm sorry. I mean,
branch was breaking. Okay.
Yeah,
they don't.
Crazy.
I'll ask them. Do you know how to like make anything? They go through a home ec at school, but it's not like...
It's not the same.
No.
Well, you're not a woman until you can bake.
Like, I have a night for dinner. Not a lot of 13-year-olds have that.
Yeah, tonight's your night. What are you making?
Making tacos. That's one of my specialties.
Yeah, but tell them why it's your specialty.
I have... Obviously, the first time I made tacos, I did just regular tortillas, just throw them on the table, whatever. And then I started doing more corn tortillas. And I fry them now, so I deep fry, sort of like a deep fry. I put them in just a lot of oil, so a little skillet full of oil, and you fry them till they're really crispy. So it's kind of like a tostada, and you just pile everything on top, and then it's so good.
And you make chips.
You can make just homemade chips. And corn tortillas, they're really cheap. They're at Walmart.
Yeah, the big pack of them. And we had to start doing that because my dad has celiac, so he can't have flour tortillas. So we buy the corn ones, but just eating the corn ones, not fried, is not
it's not good.
No,
it's not good.
That great.
So I like to fry them till they're crunchy, but you can also just fold them in half and make them kind of like a little taco, like a taco shell. But
yeah. And I'll make some fresh salsa.
Yes.
It'll be nice.
Sometimes guacamole, sometimes we don't.
Yeah,
it's good.
If we have an avocado. I'll be excited when those tomatoes are ripe in the garden. Yeah. That'll be really good. Carissa says, Puffy Tacos. That's my favorite taco place here in Portland. Oh,
funny.
That's cute.
I learned it actually, the deep frying, in Honduras when I was on my mission trip. So the cook there, Estella, she cooks we're in kind of like a compound. We're in like a church area, and she cooks for the children that go to school there. So they have like a little preschool and kindergarten. She cooks every day for them, so they get a meal every day. And one day she served us a meal because she likes to make us a meal when we're there. And she had those corn tortillas. Now she hand makes them.
Oh, she hand makes the whole tortilla.
She grinds the corn.
Oh, my
she
word.
puts the corn through the grinder. She makes them. Yeah. No, not yet. But I did learn that from her.
The frying. Yeah, and it was really good. Are you able to communicate with Estella? Does she know any English or?
She knows a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, mostly the translator there.
Yeah. Right. You
I
really
need to
should
learn more Spanish.
Yeah, your Latin's in your curriculum. That's why you don't
Yeah.
spend time with Spanish, but you should.
I should just quit Latin this year. Just do Spanish.
I'm not in charge of that. You'll have to talk to your what do they
Miss Amy.
Yeah, but what do they call her? What's her title? Tutor? No.
Tutor Amy. But we call her Miss Amy.
No, I know you call her Miss Amy, but
she's our tutor. She is our lead learner.
Lead learner. That's it.
This is my home teacher. She is my lead
learner. I knew it was something different, like strange. I think she's gonna stick with Latin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I want to go through like a 4th year of Latin. I don't know
Well,
if I need one.
you're in what? Your 3rd now.
Yeah.
Might as well. You know the words.
Opus bit.
You can sing it.
We used to sing songs. That's part of our curriculum when I was in 6th grade. We would sing it to memorize it, and that actually
It's really smart.
helped a lot. It helped a lot.
You know what's really smart about that particular curriculum is when they sing the presidents.
Oh yeah.
Like you could ask any one of those kids about
and
who was and they know it. Yeah.
Sing the president.
And that's like the history timeline. They know all of the major events.
Oh yeah.
Like for thousands of years because they sing it. It's so smart.
We're getting a classical education
classical.
at CC, which classical conversation. So the classical education, it's more down, down to the core.
Yeah. There's no fluff in that curriculum.
Also
Jesus. Yeah, because what's their motto?
To know God and to make Him known.
To know God and to make Him known. Yeah, that's why we love it. Do you guys have any questions for Ella before I turn her loose on dinner?
Yeah, dinner. I've finished my cupcakes and I have to make dinner.
Yeah, Susie has an order of cupcakes.
I should probably do the cupcakes before. I baked them. I need frosting.
Yeah. I don't know.
That doesn't take long. I should do it before dinner. What time is she coming?
She's going to come after. I told her I'd let her know when they were ready. So sometime later after dinner.
This log is pokey.
Yeah. We're if you're just joining us, we're sitting, show everybody. This is my barn. See this? No, it doesn't look like a barn. You have to use your imagination. It will be a barn someday. My dad cut down these trees. How many are we on, Bubby?
1, 2.
A lot.
Whoa, there's more under us. Okay, I don't know.
A lot.
A lot.
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Big ones, big trees. He just needs a sawmill in order to mill the lumber to build my barn so that I can get a few donkeys. Donkey, haw.
All right, Sadie wanted to know if I take any instruments.
Oh, tell her what you have done.
I've taken violin, which I really loved. I would like to maybe see if we could get, I don't know, I want a group lesson though. I don't want to be just one-on-one. I like group lessons. I did take violin for 2 years, and that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. I took piano for half a year. I didn't enjoy that as much.
You know, you didn't seem to take to that as much as the violin. I would love to learn how to play the piano.
No, see, I love the violin.
Can you read music?
I can read. Yeah, if I learned it, I mean, I just have to go over it again, but I could read music.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive because I cannot read music, and I always wish I don't have that inclination.
If I just like looked at a book and read it and about reading music, then I could just remember it all. Like,
yeah,
I remember having to learn it for violins because they didn't always have that little letter under the note. You know, you had to learn it.
Yeah, I do need to get you involved in some more music.
That has to be part of our curriculum.
Yeah, so maybe that'll be it.
We're the same person. Taryn says.
It's insane.
It's insane. We're basically the same.
I mean, by insane she means awesome. I know.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We are pretty much.
Yeah. Which is great most days, Taryn, but some days scary.
We butt heads.
Yeah. Scary because I'll see some of maybe not my best qualities, and she'll say something, and I'll think, ooh, that's something I would say, and it's not great. But
Sadie says she'll teach me how to read music if I teach her how to pipe icing.
Would you? You know what?
We should actually just do a Facebook Live video on that.
We could do a Facebook Live, but you know what? Jody's not the first person. I've had other people ask if you would teach like a cupcake class, either the baking and or the piping. Would you do that?
Yeah, I'm better at the piping. That's my icing is the
Yeah, and you're very consistent.
Oh.
It's like
maybe when I'm decorating them tonight, you can just it's just like a
how much? But
swirl.
looky here, if people are asking you to teach them, the answer is always yes.
Yeah.
How much would you charge? Like, what would you charge for?
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know. I would much rather just do it online, like just show people.
Right.
I'm not professional.
You know what?
I
Wait,
just
hold
pipe
on. This
cupcakes.
is a great example. This is like, I'm going to parallel this to photographers who are starting out and they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not that great yet, so I don't know if I should charge, right? I want to learn more, or...
If you're better than the...
But if you're better than the person you're teaching, what does that make you?
An expert.
That makes you an expert. So if that's the case, if somebody says, I want to learn from you, even if you say, Bobby, I started teaching photography probably a year in, which means I did not have a lot of knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people asked me to show them a few things, and I was like, well, I can try. CCBC called me very early in my career and asked me to teach a course, and I thought...
How much did you charge?
For what?
For your cookie class. You did a cookie class.
$50.
Well, I'm not charging that much.
Well, what about like 20? 20 bucks?
$20. Learn how to pipe icing.
Done. We'll schedule it.
Learn how to make it and pipe it.
That's a really good class.
Yeah. We already
Consistency,
have the cupcakes
different,
made for you.
yeah. We'll have a whole bunch of cupcakes made, and then we'll pipe. Anybody in for that? $20. Ella's teaching.
Everybody could get like 12 or 24 cups. I mean, you need a lot of cupcakes to perfect your...
Yeah, you do. But you know what? If you're going to give them cupcakes, you have to watch your cost of goods sold.
Well, what if you just did...
Like if you're going to give it for...
Like if you did a template, like we did for Wayne. When I started my icing, I did a template.
Yeah.
I had to just continue.
All right, what we did was we took a piece of wax paper and we drew circles on it the size of the top of a cupcake.
Or the bottom. You can just take a bottom of a
And
cupcake
just trace
and
it.
just trace it.
And then you pipe until you get it. But you keep piping, and then you just scrape it back into the bowl and just reuse it and keep practicing. You could have your students do that repeatedly, and then they get a dozen cupcakes to take home.
Right.
And yeah.
Well,
but they practice on
right,
the...
they practice,
yeah.
and then they can, once they feel ready, they can...
Right. Oh, one little girl is interested.
She says she'll come if she gets to eat cupcakes.
Yeah, Charlene.
Yes.
Yeah, you can eat cupcakes.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm baking all these cupcakes, I'm going to let you take them home. My family doesn't eat a whole ton of them.
Oh, no, you actually kind of get sick of them.
That's why I like to sell my baked goods, because they didn't eat them.
Right,
I like
right.
to bake, but what's the point?
There's just so much. I mean, and they're delicious, but at some point you're like, okay, my jeans are getting tight.
No, we do not mean kids. Anybody can come to this class. I mean, kids can come, right? But
she doesn't
anybody
care.
can
She
come,
says I'm still in.
right?
You can learn how to pipe buttercream and the different types of... I think the one thing that makes your buttercream so good is the cream cheese. Use cream cheese in your buttercream, and it gives it...
Can't go wrong with cream
You really
cheese.
can't. And it offsets like the sweetness of all of the sugar.
Yeah, the flavor balances out with the cupcake.
There's butter and cream cheese and and just good stuff. And that Treatology, the Wilton flavorings.
Yeah,
are really
I got
good.
some Wilton flavorings.
Those
They're
are
called Treatology, and they have like... That's where my peach Bellini comes from.
Yeah, that peach Bellini is where
it's peach, but that peach flavoring tastes exactly like a peach. Like it's natural. It's not most of it's not artificial.
What do you think that guy's up to? Grandpa. I don't know. My dad's up from his nap. Usually can mean trouble.
When Grandpa's up from his nap.
Well, you're just not sure what he's up to.
Well, I need to go
Okay.
pack.
Yeah, they're leaving for Canada. Excuse me, Canada tomorrow for a week. Hallelujah. And hallelujah, and the angels sang from the heavens that opened up. Hallelujah. Mom is gonna get some work done. You know what my favorite thing to do is when you're gone? Work nonstop. I will get up early. I like to get up. Well, when Daddy gets me up at like 6 or 6:30. And go straight after I get my shower, go straight to my office and work nonstop. And I love it. It's so productive because I love what I do. I'm recording some new Lightroom videos now that I'm really enjoying, and it's fun. So, okay, unless anyone has any other questions.
I have to go make dinner.
She has to go make dinner, and I promised Evan that I would play catch with him. He's probably going to come out.
See, she got out of dinner again.
I have to make the salsa though at some point, but
yeah, that's not hard.
I did tell
Throw
him
a bunch of things in the food processor. Like
yeah,
onions, tomato,
Yep. Okay, thanks everyone. We'll see ya.